Hey guys, my name's Warren, and I'm the singer and guitarist for Sunsets North.
What's up, I'm Colin. I play drums in Sunsets North.
So I started Sunsets North a little after high school. I knew I loved playing guitar, I loved singing, I loved writing music, performing most of all though. So I really wanted to take this as far as I could go. So I did everything I could. I started working with producers, I started producing records. And then I met a kid named Colin, and we really hit it off. He's a great drummer. So we decided to really push this, and we went on tour last year. We started recording and writing a new record, and the chemistry was just amazing.
Directly out of high school, I went to college for a semester, and then I actually stopped going in the second semester because I completely hated it. And my one friend mentioned that I should look on Craigslist for a band, so at first I was like, you know, that is a stupid idea. There's creeps on Craigslist, and I don't want to be like creeped out. So yeah, but I checked on Craigslist and I saw an ad that Warren posted, and I immediately hit him up, and I was just like, you know, I'm serious about this. I'm looking for a band to start playing with. And then I went over to his place and we jammed and just learned the songs, and I'm sure he'll tell you if you ask him that I was horrible at first. But so our first show that I played with the band, I had to learn like 20 songs in like 2 days, and it was terrifying.
It's better off this way. You'll be in a better place.
Growing up, I was just listening to a lot of Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, but my first CD that I ever got was a Green Day Dookie, and that really inspired me to want to play music, specifically the genre that we're playing in now. Don't get me wrong, like I said, I love Led Zeppelin, I love Pink Floyd, but Green Day has really what brought it out of me. I always wanted to play drums, actually, in a band, and my parents were like, that's way too loud, we can't do that. So I decided, alright, I'm going to trade this Green Day CD for a guitar, and that's what I did in high school. And I got my first guitar through a CD trade, and it was actually a pretty crappy guitar. It had a bottle cap holding the bridge together, but it was just the fact that I had that guitar and I felt like a new kid, and it really, me and that guitar went everywhere. We did everything together. I was sitting under the bridge at the beach just writing music, and that's where I felt free. So that's the reason why I knew I needed to do music and actually, make this my life.
When I was 10 years old, I saw a video documentary on Def Leppard and how like the story of their drummer Rick Allen lost his arm and like recovered and played. Continued playing with one arm, and I don't know, that was just so inspirational to me. And my mom brought me like this little drum pad. It had like, it was like electronic and had 4 little drums on it, really like small sticks, and I just started playing. And ever since then, I just fell in love with drumming, and I got my first drum set shortly after that, and just really took up like a passion for drumming, and joined Drumline in high school, and after that I still continue with it, and I wanted to like teach at the high school that I graduated from, and now I'm a drum instructor there.
She used to call me baby, but I haven't seen her lately. I'm so sick and tired of sleeping on the floor. Well, it all just happened way too fast. Given the chance, we can steal it back. All I want is our beautiful past.
Hi, I'm Scott. I'm the producer of Dancing. What
Come
are you laughing about? What's going on?
It's my real voice.
great, man.
I met Scott a few years back, actually at a bar through a friend of a friend, and it was actually kind of funny because I really wanted to meet him because I heard his music and I really liked it, and I knew right away when I listened to his music, his own personal stuff that he was writing, and I was like, you know, I really want to work with this guy. He has a lot of talent, he has a great ear, and when we went to meet him, he was actually an hour late. So when we went to meet up with him, we were actually thinking about just leaving because it was taking forever, and I'm glad I didn't because we created a great friendship. And when Colin and I got together and we decided to write a new record, we decided to pick Scott because of how awesome his own music is, how his studio sounds, but overall his belief in our music, and that's a big thing when it comes to recording. You want to feel comfortable and you want to make sure that the person that's producing your record also feels the same way about your music as you do. And it's sometimes you go into a studio and you're recording and you get nervous or you just have that weird vibe, but Scott always keeps it real, and he makes you have a good time, you know, when you're there.
Scotty don't, Scotty don't. Oh, I know, Scotty don't.
My name is Tice. I've been doing audio production for about 13 years now. I was doing video and audio editing and engineering for various places and for news stations. I also worked on other people's music and my own music, and that's actually at the time when I met Warren, was when I was working on my own material. And ever since then we've kept in touch, and it's been working out really well. You know, we've kept in touch, and now they're starting their record here at Dancing Pepper, and it's turning out great. The drums sound great, the guitars are popping out, and we're just getting into the vocals, so it's going to be a pretty exciting album once it's finished. This recording with Sunsets North is very, very special. I heard a lot of his prior recordings, which I really, really like. They're very catchy, they're creative. I love the writing to them, but what I want from this record is I want the Sunsets North record to have a very commercial sound. I want it to just come out at you. I want it to pop. I want the vocals to be, you know, right there with the listener, so that the listener's brought in to, you know, what the songs are about. I want the drums, I want you to be able to feel those drums, to be able to rock out with them, whether it's in your car or, you know, in a club or anything like that. And that's really important. You know, I want the listener to be able to have something in common with the music as they're listening to it. I want them to be indulged in it, to get wrapped around every song. And that's really important. You know, making sure things are clear, punchy, and vibey is really important. So when they pop that CD into their car, they're going for a ride.
Guys, so let's record this last take of bass.
All right, let's get it done.
Ready to go. Oh shit! No tracks are record enabled. I can't do this anymore. I can't tolerate this shit anymore. I'm out of here.
So this new record, we're really trying to challenge ourselves a little bit, as well as, you know, write better songs. The last record we felt was a great record. It was a good starting point for the band, but we really wanted to take it to the next level, and that's where Scott's really helping out with that. Also, Colin's introducing new types of rhythms and different accents that I would have never put there. So that's why I think this new record is going to be so much different than the last one, yet so the same. There's still going to be acoustic songs, there's still going to be the heavier rock songs, and there's still going to be that groovy pop, you know, sound that we have, but it's just growing up a little bit and maturing.
It sucks when I stuff my shorts with tissues and I go to the beach.
You really did that. It's like you have practice. This is my first like real experience in a studio. Like I've played in studios before, but it wasn't to a click track. It was like with a high school band. After being in the band for a while, I showed Warren a song that I wrote called Beautiful Past. I actually wrote it with another friend, and I showed Warren, and we completely rewrote it, completely restructured it to the way it is now. And from that process, I actually learned a lot about how to write songs better. And I had been writing stuff before that, but nothing that was like anything great. And it was just all over the place. After really working on that for a while and structuring things, I wrote a song called The Dream of the Realist, which I showed Warren. And I probably wrote it like 4 different versions of it, but each one was like better and better in my opinion. And I finally showed Warren, and he freaking loved it. And we immediately started working on it, and next thing you know, it's on the record.
Hey guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and don't forget sunsetsnorth.com.
And we'll see you guys out on tour. Don't forget to turn on, tune in, and drop out.
Don't peace.
Wait, no be too late. Take a chance while you can. You'll be all alone thinking why it just couldn't be. I said, hey, get out of the way. Gotta catch my girl. Don't be all alone thinking why it just couldn't be. I got 16 hours on a train ride home. Never felt a lover like you before. 'Cause I fight for you and die for you and everything in between. You got me upside down, inside out.